Okay.
Texas Roadhouse.
Hey, welcome everybody. This is the American Car Classics radio program. I am Kenny Schofield. With me is Mike Carano. Steve Charbonneau over here to my far, wherever that part is, and Todd Byron right over here. And behind the scenes is Bryce Shanka, and everybody knows Bob, the beer assistant, because for a month we couldn't say his name, but screw that guy. So, welcome everybody. Welcome. How is everybody doing?
Good.
Everybody on the tired meter. Are we on the 8 to 10 scale of tired meter?
Yeah.
Worn out. You, Todd,
Look at him. He hasn't shaved, nothing.
We thought this was going to be a retirement party for him this spring. He's now taking on a second job, so he has 2 jobs. And you're a farmer.
I'm not retiring, really, but
Well, we're going to call it that because
Hey, you did the stripes on.
I'm enjoying it.
You did the stripes on the Chevelle. They came out beautiful.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, they turned out great.
Yeah.
Listen, he's running out of room out here to let him fool you.
Yeah. What we pulled up and you bought yourself a new motorhome?
The house of buying
ain't
storage.
saying anything, man.
I come around the corner and I said, damn, Byron's motorhome.
I buy
right
something,
here, man.
everybody's like, you bought a new truck.
We
You
know
bought a
you.
new Bronco. You bought this. I said, no,
What's
I'm buying that
with
shit.
all the Fords, though?
Well, when
I
you
don't get that. The Ford connection.
That's what happens when you get old. You lose your mind.
But when you sell something, it's
Don't worry.
usually people you go out and buy
Temporary.
something else. So it's we're all just
I did pick up a nice
we're bi curious.
Honda.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did pick up a nice Honda yesterday.
Right.
Or the day
You
before.
did post something about a
Yeah,
Honda.
yeah,
Oh, the motorcycle.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
yeah. I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah, a lot of people got on the page and acknowledged that they love to ride those and crash them and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, they were fun.
I think that you have enough now, I said, for everyone to enjoy a little bit of
Probably
amusement.
not.
We could go tear up the grass out there.
Yeah, this one
Right.
here definitely not.
It's too clean.
Yeah, it's super nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And where'd you find that, on Facebook or what?
Bob. Greg.
Bob.
Oh, you don't know Bob, do you?
I don't
No, yeah. Yeah,
A friend,
Authentic
a friend.
Cycles, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got tons of bikes.
Oh,
But
okay.
he bought this bunch of bikes from this guy up in New Hampshire, and that was one of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. So that completes your
Honda
line.
for 79.
Oh, so you bought every Enduro for 79?
Well, what I'm trying to do is like the 4 major bikes, companies like the Yamaha, Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki. I want to collect all the 79 dirt bikes, like the Suzuki RM, the Yamaha YZ, the Honda CRs, and the Kawasaki KXs.
And why
79?
79?
79, 80 was probably my earlier dirt bike riding in 79.
Okay.
And my end tenure was 84.
Gotcha.
So
The
after I get them.
79 was just
79 was my favorite.
You loved
year.
it, right.
79 and 80, yeah. Those
So-
bikes were just something.
How many bikes are in the 79 class for the Hondas? Are there 4?
Really 2.
Oh.
In the CR Elsinores,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think they made no, it was 2 in 79.
So 250 and a
This
what?
is basically memory lane for Todd.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that what it is? Okay.
Basically.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, Steve's got it right.
But that's good, man. That's good. You're going to
Yeah.
build a rack out back and
Yeah,
somehow maybe
probably.
show them on a angle of the dangle or something or whatever. Yeah.
Something like that.
See, everybody always says, hey, when I was younger, I should have never got rid of all these
Right.
cars.
I used to have
that's
this.
Todd. I should never got rid of all these bikes. Now he's like,
Now he's
I'm buying
collecting.
them all back
There you
now.
go.
Right.
Good.
Yeah, well, I've got some I never had. I never had Yamahas. I had
Yeah.
a YZ80, but I never had 125s or 250s.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the comparison chart.
Very good.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
just
that-
to have them all.
I
you
think
know?
that's what I had. I think I had the Kawasaki 125 Enduro.
Yeah.
It was blue. I think it was like a weird
Blue?
looking blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't bad. I
Probably
think it was
a
an 80.
TS.
I think it was an 80.
The TS probably,
I
or a
think-
DS.
I think it was a DS.
Yeah.
Well, I got a 70 to 72 Monte Carlo, so I could get a 71 and have the first 3 years of the first gen of
could
the
do
car.
that.
That would be cool.
Right.
Yeah. Just
Nice.
to drive them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as we were doing, we did that car show on Sunday.
Yeah, that was the 19th annual Elks.
Elks car show. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Great turnout.
220 cars or so.
Okay.
Really?
We had sprinkles, and then we had a little bit of a rainfall at
Right.
1:30.
Yeah.
Thank God that happened when we were done. We were in there eating, huh?
Yeah.
We walked out, and I said, damn, all the cars are wet. Cool.
Yeah.
But you guys judge?
Yeah,
How'd
that
it
means
go?
you must have been done judging if you went to go eat, because
was,
work first, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's put it.
No, just say it, man. Just say it's the internet. They don't.
There's a lot of work for a damn meatball sub.
Oh, we got a beer too.
Yeah, I
And some
forgot.
chips.
Yeah.
But no, it was just hard, having two judges and then the way they just,
Yeah.
all the classes are scattered everywhere.
Right.
So
the
you were
cars
the only
aren't-
two
Yeah.
judges.
Right.
Yeah.
And
That's
the-
it?
was
And,
ridiculous.
and the
Yeah.
cars aren't parked together, so you have to look for everything.
How many classes? Like how many awards?
5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
saw a lot more trophies than that.
Well, each class had,
Oh, 3 or 2?
1, 2, 3.
Okay, okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and then
That's
they
a
switched
lot.
up a couple and did the best of the show one, which wasn't on ours.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And what won that? We talked about
The
that.
Charger.
Was it
I think that
Charger.
black Charger.
69
That was
Charger
really
RT.
nice.
That was
It
a
was
nice
It
car.
was beautiful.
And I think the car next to it, there was I think it was a purple Dart next to it. That was a pretty nice looking car too.
Yeah.
That was like a 72 Dart.
Well,
That
the
was-
one that you turned me on to, the guy had it since he was 16.
Yes, yes.
That car
that
was
Challenger,
super
yeah.
nice. And,
Yeah,
and
that was-
honestly, because of where it was at and that's where we started, I
Right.
totally forgot about that car
Right.
until it was over. And
Yeah.
I looked over and I'm like, damn, I forgot all about that car.
Yeah.
That car was really nice.
Yeah, that's
Tom Gore's, that's
that-
65.
the
Malibu.
65
Oh, that's a
Malibu.
nice
was
car, too.
absolutely
Dude, that
beautiful.
car's beautiful, man. He got a nice ride.
Now,
Yeah.
he said that he found out his gas gauge didn't work. So if you
Right.
really judged on
That
it,
really
you'd have had to knock points off for that because
Yeah, he ran out of gas.
he found out by running out of gas on the way to the show.
That's what he said. He said it was a beautiful car. He says, I went through the car, couldn't find anything wrong with it till I was driving here and I ran out of gas.
He ran out
He
of
said, I
gas.
found my thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a nice looking car. But yeah, the guy you're talking about that's my neighbor Ted.
Yeah.
He's had that car since he's 16 years old.
Yeah.
Challenger convertible,
Yeah, it's great. It's
And
super
it's
nice
in-
car.
perfect shape.
Yeah,
really is.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy with the black Charger, I was messing with him on the way back because, man, every time I walk by, he's cleaning that car.
Yeah.
He's over there wiping sweat, man. He's still wiping that car. Or is it? I said, everything looks good, but you missed a spot in the roof. Maybe you couldn't reach it. Want me to get it for you? And he's like, oh, looking at it. He's like, I was like, I'm just teasing him. He's like, man, I got to get up every 10 minutes, man. This car's black and the pollen.
Shows
Yeah.
everything.
So we walked by. I told Todd, and he walks by. He says, "Hey, you missed a spot." And the guy's got rags. He's like, "What? Where?" And we're all
Well, he saw y'all with the clipboard, so you
Yeah.
wanted to impress.
Yeah.
No, it was
super nice guy though.
It was a beautiful show and a beautiful day with a lot of great cars.
A lot of people. man.
Cars
Yeah.
that I haven't seen
Yeah.
some of, so that was nice.
Right.
Even
Yeah, change
even
your
just
car.
the car watchers, there's
Yeah.
a lot of foot traffic.
Well, they really
Yeah.
came out after like 11 o'clock. I mean,
Yeah.
it really,
Well, the
like-
show didn't start till 11 o'clock.
well, then it was noon anyway,
Yeah,
right? I
yeah.
mean, it was really,
Yeah,
well,
but
we
I'm
got there
just
so
saying,
early, though.
everybody dropped it. I got there at 8:30, just left my car there, and then went to go get something to eat.
So did we.
Because it just gets too crowded.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
There was cars, like we said, we'd never seen like that truck, that big 49 truck. They extended the fenders.
That was too
Yeah.
That thing was
Yeah.
pretty nice. I
that
like it.
Peter built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
That
built out
was
of
cool.
a 49 Chevy custom pickup.
Yeah.
With the mid Cummings in it.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
There was some really
yeah,
nice
twin
cars.
turbo. It was a really
Yeah.
nice car. Or
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah.
They did a good job on that truck.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Yeah, he didn't try to seal the seam lines. He didn't. It was just you could like it was put together that way. And
Yeah, like
you
a
know?
rat.
Rat Rod, Mad Max.
I think the sticker on the back said something about, I know it's cool. No, I'm not going to paint it.
Yeah.
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 That was pretty good.
Yeah, I posted some pictures on the Muscle
did?
Car page. I'll have to put some on our page.
Yeah.
I'll send some over to that. Because the cars were just unbelievable. There was some really
Yeah.
nice cars.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot
Yeah.
that I hadn't seen before, which
Yeah.
is really a nice thing because
Yeah.
that means that people are buying new or they're coming in from other areas.
And it seemed like a younger crowd, too,
Yeah.
which was nice. It wasn't just, a bunch of us old guys.
Well, the AACA was
Old
was
guys.
in the middle there. They're a bunch of old guys. The
Right.
AACA.
I'm talking about the traffic, the people
Oh,
walking
yes.
around.
Right.
A lot of young
They
kids.
got crowded for a while.
Yeah.
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 Really crowded.
So they did a good job.
Yeah, I had a guy today that picked up one of our show flyers. And he called on the hotline today. I just happened to answer it, and he was asking about a show on the like the 18th or 19th of this month, which is in the 28th, maybe he's talking about.
28. Yeah, there's a couple of
Something.
shows this weekend.
Yeah. So that was kind of good to see that somebody grabbed the flyer and kept it and then utilized it. He's a little confused on the dates, and you and I talked, Mike. We're going to try and help him out with that. But anyway, it's been a busy week for us at our shops as well. Todd, you're doing double duty. Steve, you're doing everything now, man. I mean, from running an auto repair shop to running a auto repair shop, classic car shop, and collision. You've got good help, and you're moving along.
Yeah.
And Bob's here. The beer assistant's here till the end of March. You got a reprieval.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
He gets to hang out a little bit. Is the wife coming down? Do you know? Is she going to be coming?
It's going to be one of those things where Bob's going to say, "All right, honey, I'm coming home," and his wife's going to say, "Oh, too late. I already packed up the house. We're moving to Florida."
Yeah, we'll meet you there.
We're on 95 southbound.
Yeah, she's on her way. Look, he's ignoring us over there because he knows that's what's going to happen.
He's probably texting her right now. She's texting him house.
Well,
look at this. Did you look at that one? This one's got a pool.
I think he's trying to ignore the fact that Todd's beer is empty.
Is that what it is?
Not a glimpse, right? So that's all right.
Yeah, we still get the people though. Like we had that one guy in there today. Where's Todd? Where's Todd? No, I want to deal with Todd. I don't want to deal with Todd. Okay, Todd's retired.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. Just come out and say it, right?
Yeah.
He says, "No, he's still here." He says, "I'll come in and check the rest of the week and stuff." I said, "Okay."
And it's going to happen for a while.
He's got his own little fan club, extra clear.
I don't mind.
Fan clubs, man.
Yeah.
He did a good job over the years, so they want to come back and make sure he knows that.
All right, we'll be back.
Great.
Play us out there, Bryce.
Yeah. Might as well.
Don't try to hide, baby, 'cause I'll find you on this land. And don't try to fight it, baby.
He keeps doing this during his songs. I was like, if you're ready to start talking, you got to turn the music down, Bryce. Hey, everybody, this is American Car Classics radio program. Mike, Steve, Todd, Bryce, Bob, Kenny, we're all here. I'm on the monitor right now, and you guys are saying, man, you look older, man. That's a high-def shit is hard, huh?
High def stuff is really not good for
Yeah.
That's not his good side.
you. Yeah.
I don't think I have a good side this week, man. I am tweaked out. I have been working long hours, doing a lot of paperwork, and digging through totes, brother.
Nice.
Getting ready for
Trying-
tax day.
Trying to get what?
Tax day.
Yeah, bro, you better get your together.
What is tax day? What
Tax
the
day,
hell
what
does
is
that have to do with? I didn't sell
Bro, we're
anything
in
yet.
February, man.
That's
think
right.
it'll
You got to
be
get that
April here.
stuff done.
May 15th is corporate tax, not April, right? It's May 15th.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I think so.
Listen, he's been sniffing paint fumes all day. Gotta
Listen,
let him slide a little.
No,
bit.
all I know is Julie's telling me I got to get this for accountant and this for accountant. And all this.
that-
Like, okay, well, I guess taxes.
That POR 15.
We're
like
gonna
you
have
said,
crazy
that-
years.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, that is some heavy fuming stuff. But boys, I love Pour 15. Man, I had a guy that brought his truck in, and he says, I hate that stuff. He says, I did my frame in that, and it looks, but he didn't prep anything. He just started brushing it on.
Right.
I mean, there's not over anything. So I showed him the C20 frame that we did that's been sitting out on the open for 9 months by the river, and it looks beautiful. Not a spot on it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's all about prep, right?
That's what it is. I've been doing
Whatever
that.
you say, dude.
No, it's all about prep,
You're
right?
the professional.
No,
Yeah.
no. We're looking to you. We're all looking at you, Todd. All right. So on
do
the
you
show,
got there?
I've got a little bit of tech talk. I've got a couple shout outs I'm going to do a little bit later, and we've got our history. But I've got some other stories that are going on that I thought we'd try to talk about. And I don't know how much more popular this is going to get. This is I went to a website, and the Austrian engineers are transplanting a gasoline engine to a Tesla Model 3 to create a full hybrid. And as interesting as that was, I then bled into, because I know Todd loves the electric world. The is it AV?
EV.
EV, yeah, EV world.
Electric vehicle.
And this was, I came across a story on, I'd have to read a little bit to figure out what it was because I'm so tired. This is a guy named Rich who has a YouTube channel called Rich's Rebuilds.
Right.
Rich's Rebuilds. And this was the first V8 Tesla swap, proves how different they are from gas cars. And so I watched a couple of his episodes, and they took a 2010 Camaro with a 6.2, and they bought 2 Teslas that had been in floods, and one was going to be a parts car, and then one was the actual rebuild. They went through and their structural integrity is the battery trays. And so you take that out and then you go cutting in a tunnel, you've got no structural integrity. The car will just fold in on itself. So they had to go through and then remodify the whole system using other floor pans in the tunnel to keep support going and stuff. But, of course, there's nothing in the hood. I don't even know if Tesla's hood's open. Do they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't
It's like
know.
a trunk.
Yeah. I think they called it a frunk. But yeah, so it was an interesting article to watch. That was on Rich's Rebuilds, and I didn't get to see the video yet where they finished it, but they said they did get it done. They started this in 2021, but powerful and big, and the rear end was not out of the Camaro. It might have been out of an Impala for size reasons or something, but I don't know how well that's going to hold together with a 6.2. But it was interesting to see them do this and to fit it. They were taking the whole dash apart, and of course they got to change out all the electronics, change out dash structure.
It seems like a lot of work.
Everything. But they're there to prove a point. They're just because they don't necessarily like the EV world as well. They said there are 2 kinds of clean energy fans. One kind has a sense of humor and doesn't take things too seriously. The other kind goes on Rich's Rebuilds YouTube channel and makes death threats.
Right. Yeah, but that's going to happen.
Yeah.
With anything that people change.
Yeah. Well,
especially with the electric cars. These people that have them are just out of control.
It don't even have to be electric. Look at the one of the what was it? One of the Fast movies or something. They took the Mustang and put the super motor in it.
Yeah.
And that guy got all kinds of death threats for doing that.
Yeah. Well, I drove our customer Don Beers' truck the other day, and I had a woman in it had a Mustang emblem on the back, but it was a SUV.
A Mach-E.
Is that the Mach-E?
Yeah, that's the
Mach-E. And she tried to run me off a light, and she had me at,
Oh yeah, well they're quick. All
Yeah,
these electric cars are quick.
Yeah, and it was kind of it's just sad.
And now I was watching something. NASCAR's kind of start experimenting with the electric vehicles.
I sent a video to Todd the other day of this guy doing some motorcycle enduro stuff on an electric bike. And you just hear over all the jumps. And it's like, can you imagine now in a stadium where you've got fumes, then I can understand. That's probably a good saver of what. But do we want to go to a monster truck jam and hear them all?
And not hear anything. You don't hear anything.
No, that's...
Yeah,
but
I'm sure this woman in the Mach-E was enjoying riding next to me because she finally heard her engine.
Right.
Yeah.
So. Go ahead, Todd.
I mean, to me, when I go to motocross or when I was involved in it, is all about the
noise.
The noise of
the
smell of some Bel Ray burning, that's just the way it was.
Yeah, I mean, just like when you go to the drag strip, you don't want to hear, you want to smell that tire rub.
And you want to hear the car
hear the
run.
noise.
You want to
smell the
top
alcohol,
fuel.
the top fuel. You feel your chest.
Rattle your eardrums.
With the electric cars, you're not going to hear that.
No, but Mika moved out of a facility that they were in last summer in Orlando because the fumes were too bad.
Way too bad. Yeah.
So they're moving back to Kissimmee in July because of that.
Yeah.
Now, 45 years from now, when they're doing classic electric vehicle auctions, they can have it back in the convention center because they'll be able to breathe. They are, aren't they?
Well, really, there's
ain't
just
no one
nothing.
gonna pay $20,000 for a battery.
Yeah, and you just can't. There's no way that you can prove to me that it's better for the environment.
No, I saw.
No way.
I met a guy up at Chattanooga last year. Took his information, told me to give him a call sometime. He has an older R4 or something it was called. It's a Tesla Roadster. He said that he can't. They don't let you buy parts. They don't let you buy stuff. You have to do all through Tesla, and they only have so much. So he said this car is rare because they're all sitting there. Got one motor, and they're early models. So they're all sitting broken.
Gotcha.
That's just a shame because it was a nice car.
And Tesla doesn't sell parts. Is that what you?
They only sell them through Tesla.
Oh, so you have to get them from Tesla.
Yeah, but they don't have a lot of it because it was a low number production, and they're now trying to feed the world all the big, the 3s and 4s and stuff. So it's not available for him or for them. So it makes his car rare because it's still on the road. But
Right.
when it fails,
That's it. He's got yard.
you're
on
done.
That's all the reason not to own one.
Absolutely. But
Yeah.
like Steve, you're saying, no one's going to pay $20,000 for a battery.
Yeah.
And we go on that your brakes are still wearing, your suspension is still wearing, everything else is okay. So you don't have coolant hoses and water pumps and a radiator.
Right.
You've still got an AC system. You've still got condenser and what have you, and everything that holds it all together. And so you've got a car with 80,000 or 120,000 miles, and then you got to pay $20,000 on it. You're not going to do that.
It's $20,000 for the battery.
That's
Just for the
What happens
battery.
when the motor goes?
Right.
Well, that's what, and right. So
Okay.
I don't know what.
and
when-
some of them have individual motors on each tire, right?
4 now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep. So I back down to that whole electric vehicle thing and the charging systems. There's just why can't the car recharge itself by running,
Right.
going down the road?
I think they do a little bit, but not.
They do. We talked about that once
Yeah.
too. It's that if you coast downhill, that you get charged back, like a solar system giving your
if you
house a little
coast.
bit of electric.
Only if you coast.
Only if you're
there's-
coasting downhill.
There's a guy that's been all over YouTube taking a regular GM alternator, putting it on a belt, making it work on the axle and charging.
That's right.
And he's like, this is Tesla can't figure this out. He says, bullshit.
They
That's
can't
what I'm
figure it out.
saying.
They just
Why
don't want
can't
to.
they?
Right. Listen, suspension on Bruce Campbell's 50 Ford, it's original. It's because it's got grease zerks. And you can just go in there and grease it. And if you do that properly over the years, they last.
Right.
Nothing has zerks anymore. They're made to fail. It's a fail rate. How many people do you know have come up to you and said, I'm 3 days out of warranty?
Yeah.
Warranty just ended with TVs, with car parts, with everything.
Well, that's why you get all those calls in the middle of the night. Hey, your warranty's done. You want to extend your warranty?
No, but it's sad that this is the kind of world that we're in.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to appreciate it a lot anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Well,
Yeah.
the only good thing about it, like Kramer said, the younger people coming into the Mecum auctions. now.
Yeah.
The Generation Zs and Xs are coming in. And they're buying these hot rods, so maybe they'll,
Yeah.
shy away from the electric vehicles. But,
I think they all own one of those too.
Yeah.
But my big thing is these big three companies, everybody is putting a lot into it. So
Yeah.
in 6 years, 8 years, 10 years, is there going to be another, hey, we're going to shut this whole end of the plant down? And,
Right.
and we're going to be layoffs and unemployment. And then what do you do with all this? And, poor Elon, is he going to go broke? I mean, is he just going to have to keep his money and popping satellites off every 2 weeks?
As long as they can make balloon material to carry him in space.
Yeah, that's it. He's never going to go broke. But like they're building that plant in Michigan to build batteries.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's owned by Japan.
Yeah.
It's owned by China.
China.
So what? It's just ridiculous. Can't they make an American-made company or American-made company make the
We're
batteries?
too greedy. Cost too much.
I don't know that anybody
Lazy.
thinks that this is really a product that's going to be. I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
know.
think it's going to go anywhere out of a foreign country coming in here to do that. I think we're on the precipice of a situation in this company, in this
Situation.
world.
No, I think
To
that.
where the United States relies too much on other
Right.
countries for problems. That's why when something goes bad, dude, you can't get
You
it.
can't get it. Yeah.
Amen.
So they need to bring back manufacturing for. I'm not saying manufacturing of a car, but manufacturing of anything,
Of
whether
everything.
it be medication,
Yeah.
Food,
Yeah.
staple
Medication's
items.
big. Yeah, medication's big.
know,
They
Well,
gotta-
this is what we
We
tried to
rely
do
on other
6
countries.
years ago when we voted in that president, and he had a good thing
He
going.
had it going. Well,
and and then the
you got to get some
masses-
dumbass in
Yeah.
there to fuck it up.
All right, so this is no longer a kids show. We appreciate you hanging out. Please put the kids to bed. Come right back, and Todd will talk some more to you.
Sorry.
In just a minute. How's that go? What are they going to do?
Coming at you like a ball of fire. You better let me be. And coming at you, a wings of desire. You better pin a ball and chain on me now. I'm hot on your tail now, baby. And nothing you can do. I'm coming to get you. All right.
Bryce nodded his head, so I'm good to go. Start talking again. Welcome back, everybody. This is American Car Class Radio program. Todd's laughing. Steve's wishing he could go to sleep. Mike's ready for dinner. Have you had dinner already?
No, I haven't had dinner.
Okay,
yet,
so
no.
dinner
Me neither.
late on a Wednesday night.
Been working on the car
And,
all day.
yeah, I'm going back to the shop. My guy Chuck Williams, he said, "Hey, do you want me to close that building down?" I said, "No, leave it open. Just turn the light off. I'm going to come back." So we left a couple buildings open because we knew we have the 85 El Camino that went into paint today, and I think it came out pretty good. I sure did see a lot of clear coming through there, so I know there must be pretty heavy with the clear. We'll hope it no runs.
Yeah.
And the music is Greg Billings' band.
Yeah, that's
by
the
way.
Greg Billings band, Stranger band, and
You didn't ask. He asked.
we're being interrupted by the beer assistant.
Beer assistant. There he's on camera. There's the beer
Thanks, dude.
assistant.
This is Bob.
Yeah, that's Bob. That's your number one employee right there. He's the guy that holds it all together and keeps the fort going and no fires
Till the end
burning.
of the day.
Yep.
He's our moral support.
You asked him about
You got the wrong guy for more support.
just drop the M.
Thanks, Bob.
All right, so let's do a little history real quick, man, just for something to
Alcohol support, maybe, but
Break
moral
off that.
support now.
Yeah, I don't drink till Wednesdays.
That's the wrong guy.
Yeah. All right, what do you got?
nothing. I got nothing, Mike.
I do.
He's done.
February 17th, 1792. That was a different time.
That was last
Yeah,
week.
1972. Volkswagen Beetle outsells the Ford Model T. So,
Oh, wow.
in 72, and they kept running. So, they sold a lot more. February 19th, 1954, Ford completed the Ford Thunderbird concept car that later went into production, half a year later?
Now, Ron could probably tell you everything about that.
I know
Yeah.
he could.
Yeah, Ron could tell you anything you want to know about it.
Ron could show you.
What year is his? Ron's 57, 56?
He had a 50.
He sold it, didn't he?
Yeah,
I thought he
don't-
still
yeah,
has
he
it.
don't have no.
right.
Oh.
Right.
I didn't even get to fix that T-bird. I didn't know you guys were done with it. Ron's like, fix this, fix that. Okay, and then all of a sudden I seen you drive away with it. It was like, guess I ain't fixing that. One less
I
car.
told
Go
him I was
do
bringing it back around noon. So I
We
get the
talked
truck
last
back.
week about NASCAR and that this is their 75th year anniversary. That part of the show didn't air due to a technical mishap that won't happen again ever, from what we understand.
Right.
Ever.
What happened? What
Well, we
happened?
did a whole NASCAR segment
Yeah.
last week, and it didn't make the
Yeah.
cut.
Oh yeah.
Wait, maybe,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
right.
oh.
We didn't make the cut, so
Oh, I thought something happened in that.
no, right. We draw. Oh, in NASCAR, well, we had the race. There was the Great American Race happened over the
Right,
weekend.
that was on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who
You-
won?
You didn't watch that?
Ricky Stenhouse
No, I
Jr.
watched
won
That's
that
right.
one.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. won that.
Well,
Yeah.
good.
That's Danica Patrick's ex-boyfriend.
I just heard that today, actually, at the bar.
And-
That's Danica's ex-boyfriend?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
and-
Okay.
going
And
with
she's
Danica
going to
Patrick.
be
Well, she-
doing the Fox on air now.
Yeah, she was doing
And the
Aaron Rodgers
commentator
for a little while
next to
too.
her.
Yeah.
But it was the 75th anniversary of NASCAR, and this was the 65th running of the Daytona.
I
500
missed the 75th anniversary.
You missed it.
of NASCAR, but just the 65th anniversary of Daytona. So in 10 years, if you're really stoked about missing, then you should really just go in 10 years and,
We'll just call and remind him. Hey, today's the 75th one. Don't
Yeah,
miss
there
it.
you go. They
Yeah.
did a silent
But the-
lap for
yeah.
Dale
I'll be
Earnhardt.
old.
they did. Well, it's 25 years ago that he won in 1998 the Daytona
Right.
500.
So they did hit the third lap. I think they did a silent
Wow,
lap.
that's been 25 years ago.
25
Yeah.
years ago.
Oh, dude, I was there for that. It was great.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the best races.
I loved that when he went through the infield, when he got done, it looked like a 3.
Yeah.
And he just by playing and that was so, and how every single crew lined up as the
Yeah.
car went.
Yeah.
Never before.
Never before.
Every single crew member.
Yeah.
After 20 tries, they said congratulations. So how about this for a stat for a fun fact?
Go ahead. Here we go. Fun fact. Go ahead. What's your fun fact? Is it the same fun fact I'm thinking of?
No.
Is that a game show?
I don't know. Let's see.
I don't remember
I think he
They don't
won.
even have it.
This was the first year of the Daytona 500
Yeah.
where there were no drivers that have ever competed against Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Really?
No
How does that
kidding.
make you feel?
Wow.
How does it make me feel?
How old? How old does that make you feel?
Pretty old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, this was Kurt Busch was the last one to do, and he retired last year. So I thought, well, Jimmy Johnson. No, he came in.
He
After.
came after Earnhardt?
Yeah,
Passed away?
2003.
Okay.
Harvick ain't running?
Harvick didn't do it. His
No,
first
Oh,
Harvick
race.
that's right. His
That's
first
right.
race was.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
He
was in
raced
the-
Bush.
And I
He
think,
was in Bushley.
I
That's
think
right.
the race ended this week the same way it ended when Earnhardt died, under caution.
Well, right.
right?
Well,
Because they changed the rules.
now this is the overtime that they've got
The
going on,
overtime rules,
and I read a little bit of blogging and some stuff and whatever, and the NASCAR fans are getting tired of this.
Yeah, they're not
They
happy.
don't want to finish overtime. They don't want NFL games to finish with ties. They don't.
Yeah.
I mean, you buy a ticket, you go to an event, you want a winner,
Yeah.
and
Well, they had a winner, just winner under caution.
But not only that, they give you 2 laps. It takes 2 laps for those cars to get to full
At
speed.
the
So
Yeah, and
speed.
no
Daytona.
one gets a fair chance. The first
No.
2 cars, if you don't wreck them, they're winning.
They should get
Period.
5 laps.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. 5
well,
laps.
it was a clean race. There was 2 small
the
incidents.
end.
They didn't even throw a caution for
Yeah.
one of them until the end when everybody gets out. But they're also bunched up, and this is restrictor plate racing. But it's not restrictor plate racing anymore. This is that the cars are so finely
Right.
Equal.
they're just absolutely they're all spec'd so much
That's
that
what's
there is
wrong with
no
that.
Richard Petty.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Richard Petty one time said, I would put 10 illegal things in my car, and if they caught 2 or 3, I still had 6 or 7.
Right,
It
right.
didn't matter. But you don't do that anymore.
Yeah. And I just don't like the way they ended it. I don't
No.
like the whole
No.
thing.
So
Horrible.
NASCAR's
It
got
might
a
as
little
well be
something.
in the IROC series. You know?
Right. Right.
But the IROC series was fun because it was just 8 cars with all the top talented guys. So it's kind of like an all-star game
Driver.
or something. Right.
And I think
But, yeah.
I think almost at the end, I think Daniel Suarez spun out,
yeah.
and Bush was leading.
Yeah, he was in the 99 car, right? He was in.
Yeah, but Suarez, to me, he was off the track. He didn't
and he
hit
was still
anybody.
moving.
He was still. There was no reason to throw that caution
None.
flag.
None.
And Bush would have won the race. It would have ended on time. But
Yeah.
they threw the flag. I don't know why. I guess to get the overtime.
Did
thing
you see
going.
the interview with that?
No.
They're talking about the Kyle Busch with the interview, and he's like, the guy asked the question. The guy was kind of a dick to Kyle. So, if you're going to be a dick to Kyle, he's going to turn around and
yeah.
just up you.
Absolutely.
And he's just like, yep, okay, all right, go ahead and ask your stupid question. And the guy asked him the question, and he's like, well, I just come down here every year and think, what lap am I going to wreck on?
Yeah.
What lap am I going to wreck on? How bad am
Yeah.
I going to wreck?
I
Who's
mean,
not going to wreck this year?
Yeah.
Maybe a couple people. And then he says, well, what do you think your chances of winning one? Because Harvick just retired and didn't win one.
Yeah.
He says, well, anybody can win the race. He says, you see dumbass Stenhouse won it, so that just goes to show you anybody can win it because he ain't got nothing. He
No.
ain't skilled. I was on the floor rolling.
He's not a top. He's not a top guy. So
Yeah. And-
All you could hear is Tony Stewart laughing in the background. I
Yeah.
was like, that's awesome.
And I'm not a big fan of Kyle Busch, but he should have won the race.
And that's the only one that he has not won. Him and Harvick are the only.
Yeah.
They've won at every track. They have all the
Right.
trophies.
right.
Just no Daytona 500s. And it was sad. I was actually rooting for Harvick, even though he was up there. And I was like, because it'd be nice to
Right.
see him. He's
Yeah.
last year.
Well, Jimmy Johnson he retired 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and he went to IndyCar racing, and now he's back as a half team owner with Richard Petty and driving the 84.
He was up there for a while till he got wrecked.
He was.
Yeah, and
Until he got
look at
wrecked.
Travis Pastrana. He was
Yeah.
he started last, and before the last wreck, he was up in like ninth.
He was
He
a
was
whole lot
doing
of cars
really
left.
good. Yeah. Well, before that wreck, he got wrecked out, but he was still in the top 10.
I watched him qualify,
Yeah.
and when he qualified, he was giddy.
Yeah.
He was giddy. But they did a couple playouts on his radio, and he was talking. He's like, man, I want to do this with this guy. He's like, he told me earlier before the race, if I follow him, I can get all the way up to the front. He said, I had an opportunity to pass him, so that guy's going to be pissed at me. He went around, and
Yeah.
well, you look for that opening, you go. But
Right.
yeah, so
But kudos to him that he
Yeah.
finished the race. And
Yeah.
It's not easy.
yeah. No, he's got a lot of pins and metal in his body, and to want to go out there and do that.
And dirt bikes will do it.
bikes
to
will
you.
do it.
Yeah.
Especially when you do the crazy things. that
Yeah,
track
especially
does.
he
Well,
did. Yeah, he's
360s
fly
and
through the air with
whatever.
that.
He's all into that. freaking
that flying
Yeah.
and
trip
stuff.
shit.
Yeah, big jumps, big
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
All them
Crazy.
Ankle breakers.
acrobatic acts.
Yeah,
But yeah, he was good at that. And
Nitro
that was-
Circus.
he should be proud of himself for what he did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Isn't he coming back for a couple of races this year?
I
think so.
I think he's going to try to run them all.
Man, I was
think
gonna
it's
say,
not just
Like he's in NASCAR now.
yeah.
What does
And-
he run for? Race for?
I think he races for himself. I don't think he has a big sponsor.
I know. I think, but there's a team that hired him.
Oh,
He's got
yeah?
his own team. I don't believe.
Oh, I wasn't like Stenhouse Jr. That's the one car
one-man
team.
team.
I don't know that.
Yeah, I know Stenhouse Jr. is a one car team. It's just Brad Doherty, the basketball
Yeah,
player.
that's right.
So I thought Pastrana was a one man team too. I
have to
don't
look
think
at
he
it.
had- You have
Yeah.
to look that up.
Yeah, we would. do
Maybe
that. We don't have our phones.
if Billy D'Arton's listening, maybe he could send us a thing on that because he usually he's our NASCAR expert.
Oh, is he?
Billy? Oh yeah, Billy
Okay.
knows
Oh, yeah.
everything about NASCAR.
Even currently.
Currently,
He
yeah.
follows it, too.
He follows it.
I
think he
didn't
was,
know that.
Was he? I think he worked in the NASCAR garage, didn't he?
He did something with racing. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think Billy DeArton's birthday was yesterday.
Yesterday,
So
yeah.
happy late
Shout out to him.
birthday.
Yeah.
And John Stefanucci his birthday was on Sunday.
On Sunday, yep.
That's right. And he brought his orange pickup truck out. That was a really nice truck.
I didn't
Yeah.
even know it.
Yeah,
I would have told him happy birthday.
Yeah, I
We
did.
both talked to him. Yeah.
Well, I saw him later that night, and I finally looked at Facebook for the first time in 2 or 3 days, and I said to him, I said, man, if you'd have said, hey, it's my birthday, I would have, because I didn't know, and of course we sat there and talked. So
Right.
and the AACA, while we're talking about them, it's a month away now.
Yeah.
Their car show is going to be March 19th, and y'all are going to judge for that as well.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
boy.
doing that too? You're
Yeah.
judging that one too?
Yeah,
I think
That's
That's what
March
happens when you
18th.
know Todd.
that'll
yeah.
be my last one, though.
That's the
Man, I got to enjoy a car show.
right. That's the 40,
Right.
the 44th annual Antique Auto Show at Saturday, March 18th from 10 to 4 at 3280 Riverside Park, Vero Beach. That's
He's
gonna
going
be a
to
good one.
judge them all from this point on.
Drive Out Hunger.
Nope.
If you're going to that show, bring a canned food.
Yeah.
Drive Out Hunger. On
Yeah, they've
that.
got barrels for it. And it's
We'll
always
talk
a good
about it
thing.
more when we get back.
Absolutely. This American Car Classics radio program. Hang on. We'll be right back.
If you're feeling sad and you're feeling blue, don't you dare take it out on me. If you're sitting around, you got nothing to do, shake a leg, come along with me. You take one step, you take two steps, you take three, and get on up.
I always talk
Yep,
about
that's
Greg
nice.
Billings, but there's a lot more to Greg Billings than it was. That was Ronnie Garvin on the guitar. That was John Price on the drums, and that's Tommy King on the bass guitar. Tommy King has a bass guitar that the bass, the main piece was the
head?
Yeah, the head, right? Sure. I don't play guitar, and but it's shaped like an alligator. So when he brings out the alligator bass, y'all know that there's some Swamp Woman coming on, or some Okeechobee whiskey and everything. So
There you go.
Stranger Band's awesome. Do a little bit of tech talk real quick, or what?
Yeah, go ahead. What do you got?
I got a couple. Well, I got an update on this one that we read last week. That was the from Mike, and he was the one that wrote about.
About the C10?
About this, was it the C10? His car had the no temperature gauge.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't tell me what kind of car, so he wrote back and did
Right.
all that. It was a 74 C10 right, 2-wheel drive. And the update was that he saw the show and he wrote back to us at American Car Classics at yahoo.com. Cheap plug. And Mike says that he was able to locate a plug in the side of the head of his
There we
cylinder.
go.
He did put the sender in there, and his problem was solved. And He
Beautiful.
appreciated reaching out and getting an answer back on that. So that
There we go. So Todd got a question right.
and you and Steve, both.
It was a big black Chevy question, and that's what
Yeah, I went into talking about putting it more up front on an
Yeah.
intake. We looked at the intake, but you all said that you don't need to do anything with intake modification or anything because in the side of a cylinder head, if you've got
Should be.
factory.
Yeah.
And I don't know, if
because
that's true
I
with all
think that's where it
heads,
was on my big black.
Even the Cyclone's got one.
but Yeah,
Yeah, on the side.
yeah.
All
What
right, so
about
do you-
like those aftermarket like ARPs and stuff like that?
Right.
Most of them do.
They're all the
Yeah.
same.
But Street Masters, even them,
Most of them, yeah.
really? Okay.
They all should really. You think they all have them?
Yeah, but I guess I didn't think about it at the time, so I was more of the up top and the cooling system up.
That's most of your new ones. You got the coolant temp sensor and the coolant temp sending unit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Sender in the head.
All right,
So,
what do you got?
have any of you guys ever installed a modern push button start switch in an old classic car?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have?
I had one in my 70 Duster.
Have you? But has anybody installed one? You've put one in a push button.
Push button.
start?
Yeah. Not like to bypass a bad ignition, but like the new ones where you fob and you.
Oh, not
you
the-
know,
not-
and it, little ring lights up and you push and
No.
you know.
No,
Okay.
no.
Like a keyless entry type of thing.
The Javelin I had was keyless entry. That was a 72 Javelin.
And it had what?
Keyless entry. You
right.
had
but
the
it's not a
fobs.
key.
But my Duster, what it was, we had hooked up a button, and you'd have to turn the ignition on, and then start the car with the button.
Oh,
That's the way we.
Okay.
did it.
Well,
Yeah.
Don Beers with this 68 C10 up there, he asked, can we put that, because he's was Marine and shot, and it's hard to get the arm over there and do this.
Right.
So we got a key with a bigger plastic head on it. But he asked, can I put a push button in there? And I said, yeah. He said one for $10, and that maybe you can interrupt the wire, but you still got to turn the key to on.
Right.
To power up your fuel pump and all that, so it doesn't really do
Yeah.
you. But there was, for $800 and some a whole system where you can delete the key and put this in, and it is a module and programs and all that. So it is out there for it.
Huh.
It is a nice little treat to see and whatever. But it's,
You can hide the buttons because that silver '69 Camaro from that Street Side Classics had that one.
Had a button.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was
I mean,
down
if you-
between the seat and the center console.
I mean, if you get one of those alarm systems that you could just
right.
auto start
Like
your
your-
car, it's
like
the same
your-
thing,
right.
really.
Right.
Except you don't use a button. You just use your button on your.
But I
fob.
wonder, but somebody can get into an older car and break into it, and they can hotwire, purple wire and stuff. So I wondered if this system, going with this push button start, would eliminate that, make it more difficult for somebody to steal your classic car.
It would if you didn't have it connected to your steering column, because
Right.
that's really the way to steal a car is you go in through your blinker and you pop off the blinker arm, and then you just pull back on the lever
Wire.
and it starts the car. Not even the wire. There's
Now
a
just remember,
plastic.
kids,
Yeah.
Mike's never done this before.
There's a plastic piece in there. It's like a little lever, and you break off the blinker side.
EM
and
was the
EM was a
easiest
big
car
thing.
to steal, I can tell you.
That's
just
how they
break-
stole my Sport.
Yeah, you just break off the blinker, and you go in on the side, and you lift the lever up, and it starts
Yeah.
the car without the key.
That's too much work.
Yeah,
Yeah, bypass the ignition and everything.
yeah, they do it all the time.
Now, you were a cop.
I
But
was.
that's how you
It
saw
was
it.
big,
That's how
though.
you
I mean,
saw
that
it.
was the way you steal cars
I
back
also
then.
I also ran a junkyard too. That was the way, yeah.
okay.
Before I was a cop, my father-in-law owned a junkyard,
Wow.
and then when I was a cop, I still owned the junkyard.
Wow.
So it was just
You know, you make it quick. You take a small, thin screwdriver and put it right in the cylinder and just take a hammer.
pop it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's your key.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
Or you
there's
just take a
ways
den
to
puller
do it.
and
I think they pulled cars over before
Pull
they were
the
stolen.
washer
They still had the screwdriver in there.
Yeah, oh yeah, or a pair of pliers.
Good afternoon, guys. My name is Henry, and I own a 73 Pontiac Grand Prix. Hi, Keith. I have some electrical issues. My right side marker lights are dimmer than the left side. My sockets are clean, and I have swapped the bulbs from left to right. No difference. I checked the harness, and it looks okay. Any thoughts? Thanks, Henry.
What year is it?
73?
73.
It's a ground.
Yeah, it's a ground.
But right side to left side?
Yeah,
They're different grounds.
Yeah,
each side has
just
a
off the
ground.
socket.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Check your grounds.
Check your ground.
Or you got a bad socket too. The inside of the sockets I've seen go bad.
Yeah, check your. So this is.
I would
is,
check the ground first.
and
ground
not an engine ground, not a ground on your firewall, but
ground
on
on
the
the
harness.
socket.
Yeah.
On the
Okay.
socket itself.
Yeah,
Okay.
ground it and see if it brightens it up. If it doesn't, then you need a socket.
Okay. And Bryce will tell me how much time we got left here in a minute or something. I'm going to do a couple quick shout outs. Dr. Fred Reichert, he is the owner of Advanced Chiropractic Solutions, 9414 U.S. Highway 1 Sebastian. He's my chiropractor. I was with his practice before he bought it, but he opened up in September of 2016. But I went in to get adjusted last week, and he said that he had been tuning into the shows lately, and he became a subscriber and liked what we were doing and everything else. So I wanted to give Dr. Fred a shout out. He's a great guy. He keeps me mobile and going and everything else. So I appreciate him.
Thank you, 49.
And 49.
49.
And then I want to do
got you.
a quick shout out to Ace Movers and Cleaners LLC. They're found on Facebook. The owner of this is Christina Blaylock, and she was a hardworking, motivated girl. She helps everybody that she comes in contact with. I met her because she was helping a buddy of hers with a cell phone company, a store that had employees all walked out, and they had my Z3 flip phone for like 4 months. And I called and got her one day, and within 2 days I had it back. So she helped
A
me
new
out.
flip
tremendous-
phone?
No, my flip phone. Well, I have my no. It's my Z3 Flip.
Yeah, yeah.
But it needed a new screen, and these people I would call them every week, and I'd say, "Hey, how's the progress?" "Oh, we haven't got the parts in yet," and they were just being everybody, and so everyone's phones that were taken in were just sitting there. And then one day they just walked out and left everything. So for months they'd done nothing.
Nothing.
So they had hundreds of phones in there with all this.
Jeez.
Well, she dug in the back. She found that my parts had actually been ordered and were there. So she got another guy to do them, and within 2 days, like I said, I had it back done. But when she talked about that she had created this company, Ace Movers and Cleaners, that I have U-Haul, and I had a woman that called up like not long after that needed help movers. I recommended her. She was able to take the job. She got her crew out there. She helped the customer out real good and everything else. So if you want to get on Facebook, Ace Movers and Cleaners, apparently she does it all. She'll go statewide, and she did help us out that one time, and with the phones, and then with the U-Haul movers. So I just a couple quick shout outs for them.
Nice.
So
that's it. You done?
that's enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I got a lot more papers, but he's saying 4.5 minutes in my ears. So what do you?
What do you got? You want to say it?
Phone.
That's what he's saying.
Is he texting you some?
Bob texts me all the time.
So you want to let's talk about fill in the blanks. At the end
we
of
got
the weekend weather and car show reports.
The weekend weather's going to be beautiful this
Oh,
week. It's going to be absolutely no rain
Sucks.
in
It's
sight.
90s.
It's going to just be
It's
nice.
beautiful today.
90s. I hate this.
Oh, I love it.
It's nice in the morning, though.
Yeah,
It is
it's been
nice.
really
Until
nice.
about
in the morning.
11 o'clock. And
Yeah,
it's
then it gets
nice
hot.
and warm.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
What, you don't like that?
Yeah.
I like the mornings, but I don't like 90-degree weather in February, bro. It's it just means it's going to be a long ass summer.
Nah, it's going to be nice.
Oh, man.
So this
paradise.
weekend, February 24th and 25th, is the Melbourne Super Swap. Was it 23? Mopars of Brevard is doing that.
Like the 23rd annual.
23rd annual Super Swap meet.
You've been out to that.
I've been to that. Yeah.
There are ass loads of parts.
Of Mopar
Trailers.
parts. If you
Trailers.
need Mopar parts, that's the place to go.
Holy grail!
And that's this weekend, all weekend at the Wickham Park Equestrian Center at 2500 Parkway Drive up there in Melbourne. So the swap meet is 8 a.m. to 4 on Friday. Saturday is the swap meet and car and craft show. So don't show up Friday for a car show. It ain't going to be there. It's just the swap meet. But if you need Mopar parts, that's the place to go. Any kind of Mopar parts.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there's other stuff there, but it's put on by the mob, the Mopars of Brevard. They're doing the car club there.
Yeah.
So, and then also on Sunday, Summer Crush Vineyard and Winery is doing a car show. All GM car and truck show Sunday, February 26th. That's from 10:30 to 4. That's a long show, 10:30 to 4.
That is long.
Man.
Oh, it says car show's noon to 4, but they
That's the
they
late
start coming
start,
at
man.
10:30, and that's
Ain't
at the
got no
Summer
time
Crush
for that.
Summer Crush Winery at 4200 Johnston Road up in Fort Pierce.
Bill Dennison's going
That's
to be there
why
at
it's the
7:30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Car show, and then you go have some wine.
there you
Yeah.
go. And then the show we were talking about earlier, the 44th annual Antique Auto Show. You guys are going to be judging that. That's at 3280 Riverside Park. Saturday, March 18th, from 10 to 4. Registration from 8 to 11. They're going to have a whole bunch of classes. They're going to have a food court. They're going to have, you name it. I think there's if you want to buy cars, they're having a
Yeah,
corral.
car corral there. Yeah.
Car corral. There's going to be 17 classes, and that'll be on March 18th. And then March 19th, the next day, if you're down in Sebastian, River Days and Craft Brew Hullabaloo, formerly the Shrimp Fest.
Yeah.
They're having a car show right there at River View Park in Sebastian, and that's from 10 to 2.
Yeah, you can register at Summit Plaza there on US 1 in Micco. That's Mike Natali at MN Worldwide.
Right. Or you could just email him at mnwwprint@gmail.com or give them a call. 772-664-0525, and that's it.
And don't forget our hotline, 772-584-1048. If you've got a question, text it, leave a voicemail.
Email.
We can read your stuff on air and help you out, too. Thanks for tuning in. Please come back, tell a friend, like something, comment on something. Let us know you were watching. We appreciate it very much. God
Do
bless.
something.
See ya.
See ya.